Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing alright, although I'm a little upset because there's not as much salt surrounding the Ratchet & Clank PC port as I thought. Besides the whole JTech thing from the other day, really the only salt I've seen is on Twitter, and you guys know by now I don't cover Twitter stuff. I leave that to Alex and Frit. But my god, I wish there was more Ratchet & Clank PC salt on YouTube because this video almost made me lose my mind just watching it. Let me tell you, I am probably gonna get loud. I might lose my mind. I might quite possibly have a mental breakdown. We shall see. Because as you guys could tell from either, I don't know if it was the title or the thumbnail, whatever, I haven't made those yet. But as you can tell from one of the two, these guys gave this showcase a 9 out of 10 because of Foamstars. Or I guess I should say one of them because they each give their own individual opinions. But a little bit of a spoiler alert here. The lowest score anybody gave this thing was a 7. This showcase, at least in my opinion, doesn't deserve any higher than a 5. Now here's the thing. I know a bunch of you watching live are probably thinking, well, Klutzy, you gave it like, what, an 8 or a 9 when you were watching it live? What happened? Well, I had some time to think about it, and I forgot that this was supposed to be a PlayStation showcase, not a state of play. If this was a state of play, easy 9 out of 10. I saw a bunch of stuff that I'm really looking forward to, like Ghost Runner 2 and FNAF VR 2. But then I remembered afterwards that this is a PlayStation showcase. This is supposed to show Sony stuff, and all we got were some CG trailers and some Spider-Man gameplay that, if I'm being completely honest, looks a little rough around the edges. So yeah, basically during the stream, I was in the mindset of state of play. I didn't think about the fact that, hey, this is supposed to be Sony's first showcase in 600 days. But now that I've thought about it, I have drastically changed my mind. So yeah, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this, and God help me.
We figured we would give this showcase a score on the 10-point review scale. The games one, not the movies one, where we give everything a 7. Oh. Jada, let's start with you. What do you score in this thing?
Can I take Brian's answer?
What?
The Q?
The Q?
The Q out of 10?
2 out of 10.
You gotta bring that thing back up?
Yes, I do.
We don't need to talk about anything.
I don't know. I guess I'd probably give it a solid 8, maybe a 9 out of 10. Like, it was right there between the B and A quality. We got a lot of really cool new, like, indie stuff. You know, I know you were like jonesing for Revenant Hill. There was Ultros, which looked kind of creepy but kind of weird. There's a bunch of other stuff that looked really cool.
Now look, I will agree with her that I feel like a lot of the stuff they showed off was pretty cool. But again, you have to remember, this is not a state of play. This is a showcase. Like I said earlier, if this was a state of play, then yeah, I would agree, 9 out of 10. But this is Sony's first showcase in 2 years, and they're supposed to be showing off all their big stuff they have coming up. The only thing that was showcased was Spider-Man 2, and even then, that was necessary. That's like saying a Call of Duty game is good because it has guns that you shoot. They basically showed off the bare minimum possible. If they didn't show Spider-Man gameplay, then people would have actually been concerned. Hell, I think people still are concerned, at least when it comes to what PlayStation's doing next year and the year after. And look, I understand this is all opinion-based, but when you give a PlayStation showcase a 9 out of 10 and you say your main highlights was a bunch of indie stuff, well, I think that kind of explains itself. Now, I'm not knocking indies, don't get me wrong. Indies are honestly some of the best games out right now. But again, this is not a state of play. But just wait, guys. If you thought that was bad, here we go. This is where the Foamstar stuff comes in, and oh boy, I think I'm about to get really loud.
And we got Spider-Man today, so I'm happy. I'm very sad we didn't get Tilu, but we got Plucky Squire. That is my big one. Okay. That is my big one. Sorry,
Plucky Squire was that one with a little, you basically jump between
like
surfaces.
it's like the little, like the storybook character and stuff like that. Looks very cool. I'm really digging it.
Looks very cute.
Yeah.
Akeem, what would you score this showcase?
Well, it was at a solid 8 when I saw Metal Gear Solid, you know. And then when they revealed everything for PSVR 2, it dropped down to a 5.
Whoa.
And then it went back up to a 9 when I saw Foamstars.
Foamstars, yeah.
What?
Yes.
I am all in on Foamstars. Look, I've always wanted to get into Splatoon.
Oh, right.
Okay.
But I have a PlayStation.
I don't know if you're joking or not.
I am not joking.
Hold on. I need to yell. I'm gonna go across the room. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm not editing any of this out. Hold up. I'm gonna go over here. So he starts out at an 8. Okay, fair enough, fine. You know, PlayStation showed off some stuff at the beginning, even if it was CG trailers, whatever. Starts at an 8. Then PSVR 2 hits, he drops it to a 5 because he's like not interested. Okay, again, fair enough. Then Foamstars single-handedly raises his score by 4 points. How is that possible? That is so stupid. Even the other people who are talking with him were like, are you joking? I can't tell if you're joking or not. Again, I know it's his opinion, but how does a PlayStation showcase go from a 5 to a 9 off of some third-party game that's a ripoff of Splatoon? And look, I understand he's excited to play because whatever, he doesn't have a Switch so he can't play Splatoon, but this is the embodiment, and everybody was saying this after the showcase, this is the embodiment of that meme, Mom, can we play Splatoon? No, honey, we have Splatoon at home. Foamstars is Splatoon at home. I don't understand how anybody could have seen that game and have actually been excited about it, let alone enough to raise the showcase from a 5 to a 9, but then again, you know, again, it is his opinion, so I guess whatever floats his boat. Then again, the thing that floats his boat is stupid. Your opinion is dumb and wrong. And look, I think I should make myself clear, it's not the fact that he's excited for Foamstars that's making me freak out like this. It's the fact that it single-handedly added 4 points to the showcase. Like, it wasn't Spider-Man or any of Sony's upcoming shooters that did it for him. No, it was Foamstars. Oh my god, do I have to cover the rest of this? Yes, I do, for my own sake. I have to let it all out. Let's keep going.
I have a PlayStation. Oh, I guess I can't get into Splatoon. What is there? Is there a Splatoon like on this console? No, there isn't. And then out of nowhere, PlayStation blessed us with Foamstars. Okay.
There's also ramen on Steam.
I don't care about food. I care about foam. All right, soap and water is what I care about the most.
Favorite thing. I think some of the foam is food. I think they've got champagne guns in there.
Okay, all right.
Honestly, it looks like Splatoon broke into their parents' liquor cabinet and got into the sparkling rosé a little bit.
And they just grew up.
Turn on the Persona soundtrack.
I mean, they don't have to show it. That's not necessary.
This is beautiful. What do you mean? They're in like a street.
We got a Q out of 10. You got a foam out of 10.
Foam out of 10.
What are we talking about? Nobody wants to play Foamstars. Okay?
I want to play.
Thank you, somebody with actual intelligence at IGN. I can't legally buy him a beer yet, so I'll buy him an ice cream, I guess. Whoever just said nobody wants to play Foamstars, I love you. But anyway, we gotta talk about the rest of the stuff they said. Yes, look, the city and like the backgrounds and stuff look nice, but I gotta say, those characters look hideous. Does anybody else think that? It looks like they took Fortnite characters and then laminated them. I don't know, it's something about like the weird plasticky texture on the characters. It just looks awful. And the fact that he said PlayStation blessed us with this, ignoring the fact that this is not made by PlayStation, so they did not bless us with anything. How is Foamstars a blessing? Oh my god. I think I'm losing it. Is this what it feels like to lose it? Because I think I'm experiencing it. Well, it doesn't feel good. Please, God, don't make me cover any more IGN stuff. I knew based off the dislikes that it was going to be bad, but oh my god, I did not think it was going to be this bad.
I want to play with all three of you, please.
I'll play Foamstars
Thank
with you.
Yes. Call it Foamstars, please.
Foamstars.
Foam.
I mean,
I think they're really foaming it in. Anyway, Ryan, what are you going to score this thing?
I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And
7 out of 10.
Yeah, because you know what? I had an 8 out of 10 when we were talking in the break, and then it made me look at Foamstars again. So Spider-Man did a lot of heavy lifting in this.
He's very strong.
He usually does.
Costume makes him even stronger.
I know he can lift up huge things. But there's a lot of uncertainty still in the future of like what Sony's first-party studios are working on. Like we didn't see anything from Naughty Dog. We joked about getting concept art number 3 for The Last of Us multiplayer. We didn't even get that.
Yeah.
We didn't get anything from Bend. We don't know what they're working on post Days Gone, which wrapped half a decade ago at this point. Mm-hmm. And so I want to know what's next from those studios. That said, there was a lot of really cool indies there. I really like the way the presentation flowed.
Look, I could agree. I did like a lot of the indies I saw, and also the presentation did flow very well. I did like that. But then again, this guy just listed off a whole bunch of stuff we didn't see and then still gave it a 7 out of 10. I don't know how you can be missing that much stuff. Again, have the highlight be third-party stuff and then still give it a 7 out of 10. These people are being way too generous. But honestly, I don't know if I'd say Spider-Man did any heavy lifting. It's like he tried to walk while carrying the showcase on his back, but he couldn't quite do that. So he was like crawling crawling with it on his back instead. He was like a camel. Because like I said earlier, the gameplay, yeah, it's interesting, but again, it's looking a little rough around the edges. It gave me strong vibes of Starfield's reveal, where you had like not great like particle effects and stuff. You had some good looking environments with some reflections, but then also the frame rate wasn't the best. I think the gameplay was fine, but I don't think it was enough to carry the entire showcase. It's like, imagine a toddler is Spider-Man and then they're trying to pull like a suitcase behind them, but the suitcase has a bowling ball in it. But you know what? Even though the guy gave it a 7 out of 10 despite all the flaws, I will give him credit for actually pointing out all the flaws. Something I cannot do for the guy who said that Foamstars made this a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I want to, you know, it's easy to poke fun and be like, oh, they didn't show Bloodborne 2 or 3, neither of which exist. But, you know, we did get an hour and change of new stuff to look at. And it's, you know, a good chunk of that is in the foreseeable future. Maybe that didn't have release dates, but like that's still, it's if some of that stuff lands this year,
yeah,
that's, you know, a good problem to have.
Yeah, we got an hour and some change of new stuff, but almost none of it was actual Sony stuff at a Sony showcase. I know I'm probably sounding like a broken record at this point, but if this was a state of play, then yes, I would agree this would have been awesome, but it wasn't, so it sucked.
Jada, you've been tracking the community over there. What did they make of this?
So I had the community grade from S to C. And the community at 31%, it's switched since I last told you guys. It is now an S.
Oh.
The community in chat right now with 22,400 votes, 31% of those. So that's like 7,000 roughly.
Spider-Man came through at the end. I think the score went up a lot when
it probably did. It was originally at an A. A is right there at second place with 29%, and then B and C are tied even 20%. But I mean, I guess the people got what they wanted.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense.
How did the audience give that showcase an S? How? I'm gonna go insane in a second. Legitimately, how did that many thousands of people sit there and unironically give that an S tier? Even PlayStation fanboys were saying how trash that showcase was. Was their entire audience just made up of other IGN employees who also thought it was great? I guess everybody who loved Foamstars was in that live stream or something, because holy crap. I actually am so confused. How is that possible? And I just love, if you go back to the part where she announces that it was an S, you can see the guy right next to her is like, what the hell is going on? He looks so confused, and I don't blame him. That guy is the most based person there. Why couldn't the final thoughts for the showcase have just been this guy talking to the camera about it? It would have gone over so much better. Sure, I still don't agree with the 7 out of 10, but he pointed out all the flaws at least. But I'm actually gonna cut it there because that's basically the end of the discussion. All they really do is make some Foamstar puns, like, you know, FOMO. Get it? Like FOMO, fear of missing out. FOMO, foam, stars, funny, laugh. And then the guy who loved Foamstars so much gave the showcase an F tier for Foamstars. I just don't even know. Whatever. I'm just gonna end. Thank you all so much for watching. And an especially big thank you if you made it to the end, because I know this was probably torture. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go play some more Just Cause 3 because I'm having a ton of fun with that game. So yeah, anyway, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you all next time.